The only way money grows and the only way money multiplies is through investments. If you do not understand investments, you will never be wealthy. Unfortunately, these kinds of platforms don't give us the liberty, because you are speaking with people and because you are speaking on financially related subjects, and with it comes many things, unfortunately. But let me tell you this: you must learn and master investments if you want to be wealthy. A job can give you you can have salary saved with time and have some money. Providing value, like I taught you, can connect you to a clientele, and all together they can give you some money. Some of us, as I'm speaking to you now, it's not like God has not been faithful. There is something lying there, but what to do with it is what most people do not know. Is the reason why they keep going up and keep going down. There is nobody who is sustainably wealthy on earth, whether in the secular or in the church. There is no ministry, listen carefully, that is sustainably wealthy on earth that has ignored investments. No. Those days when we were growing, most of the churches in the north, beyond having their assemblies, almost all of them had schools, they had hospitals, they had retreat centers. And for a long time, I didn't know why they had to do that. That everywhere the churches were founded within the states, with all due respect, you also see this in many what we call our orthodox circles. You will see schools, you will see restaurants, you will see hospitals, and you are wondering why these things have to be there. Eventually, I will understand that the truth is that, please listen, in ministry today, just depending on tithes and offerings will leave you begging forever. COVID taught many people a lesson. As wonderful and as tithes and offerings are, people are growing, and it takes time for people to grow. It takes time for the word of God to speak over their lives. It's the reason why many sincere laborers in the kingdom are going through a lot of financial tension. There are many people who God has been faithful. They collect salaries, 200,000, 500,000, $1 million plus for 10 years. They have money stashed in the bank for years, 10 years, 15 years. That money is there because they do not understand investments. It does not grow. Unfortunately, I submit to you that the understanding of investments for the average African, the average Nigerian, and the average church person is very small. Is the reason why people part away with their monies, making poor investment decisions. Is the reason why many people are in financial troubles this moment as I speak, because they have to make do with whatever information is available, and most of it is full of all kinds of things, and people get into all kinds of trouble. But rest your mind on this, that when God shows you faithfulness financially, your next project is to settle down and learn everything you can on investments. Learn it, learn it, learn it. By the time you create systems, they are called, you have entered a realm called oceanic wealth. It's a realm that the Bible calls the wealthy place. You see that now. Apply to be part of School of Ministry next year. Hopefully you have a chance to learn in more detail a few things about finances, investments. Most believers, I wish I had the liberty to talk a lot more on investments, but this is important. Have this at the back of your mind. The believer who cannot invest, who does not know how to invest, is the believer who cannot perpetuate wealth. For many reasons, there's no liberty to teach this in most detail in church, because financial issues are very delicate issues, and you are talking to a global audience. Are we together? And there has to be disclaimers when you teach on finances, because if people act on your financial advice and get into trouble, you can land in court, they can sue you. So because of that, preachers are not at liberty, even when they know how to guide. They are not at liberty to be elaborate beyond these kinds of states. But I'm just telling you, go and read up on investments. And let me give you a strong advice. Never release your money until you understand what you are doing. Never. It's better to keep the money there and let it not grow. Don't carry your money and just throw around because you hear that this is happening, that is happening. Believers, again, are careless people. Just because someone talks to you and is crying does not mean that your money is safe. Investments. There are business people today who don't invest. There are people who have had 10 million lying down for years. They've not been able to invest. 100 million naira is lying there. They don't invest. Whereas somebody, do you know, in Abuja here, just a few years ago, there were properties that were going, lands for 400,000, a million naira. There are people who carry 10 million and bought 10. Now, one of those properties is not less than 60 million or 100 million. Say investments. And it's not like they were really very smart. They just were able to go ahead of time and to do that. There are some parents today, they did not have financial intelligence, but the one thing they did was to be able to go and buy some serious plots of land, and they kept it. They bought some of those lands for less than 100,000, even in your Abuja here. And some of those lands right now are in the hundreds of millions. And all the person would do is to just sell one and train his whole children to school. Give a portion to 7, yea to 8. For you do not know the calamity or the disaster that shall come upon the earth. I found this secret in my own life, and I prayed and studied everything I could study, because I do not want to live a life of compromise because of finances. I have told you, and I stand before the God of heaven, I have never preached for money, and I will never preach the gospel because of money. God has blessed me through preaching. I cannot deny that. But it has never been my motivation. God set me to speak to someone because I will be sharing with you, hopefully in the last service. I'm not a prophet of doom. And as I respect God and I respect myself and I respect your trust for me. So if I stand here and I tell you things, especially I'm prophesying, I make sure that I know what I'm saying. I saw something about next year that will make you need this message, because what I saw is going to be a time of turbulence and serious challenge for believers. I'm not a prophet of doom. My teaching grace is enough for me like that. I mustn't prophesy. But if I open my mouth and I tell you something, you just believe it. So don't ignore, when you see God bring things like this, he's redeeming the future. There is something he has seen. You see that now? I saw many people folding their companies, and people, both father and mother, losing jobs at the prime, not even knowing what to do. PTA meetings happening, and teachers are saying, you cannot drive our children. Why don't you structure the payment? When I saw that thing, my heart, I said, God, what is the meaning of this? When God shows things like this, it's not to put fear, but he's showing it so that believers can be prepared. Now you have something on ground. God has shown you mercy. I wish I had the time. I would have taught you on financial carelessness. There are people who are going to spend everything God gave them this December and then suffer by January. Hear this, servant of God, don't. There is nowhere written in the Bible that if you don't eat cow and chicken, you will not commemorate the birth of Jesus. Live a modest and a decent life within your means. Are we together now? Remember the dream of Joseph. 7 years of plenty. If you have the money, fine, you, God bless you. But for many of us, who, especially those that the year has been rough, there is a mindset people have that once it is Christmas, burn everything you have, finish all the money, live a fake and a false life, carry your family and go around the world, and then return back and suffer. That's not a wise bargain. For someone, God is helping you to now begin to be frugal. Another thing I would have thought about is living a fake life. One of the major reasons, a fake life is very expensive. Write it down. A fake life is very expensive. It takes so much to fund a fake life. And once you start, you must maintain it. A fake life is very expensive. If you are not there, you are not there. You can start gradually with the dignity of kingdom integrity. A fake life is expensive. Don't try to buy a car that is not yet your level. Don't try to go and live in a house that is not yet your level. You are living in a house that you are owing 3 years rent now. You can't pay back. It's a sign you are not yet there. Get out of that place and look for a decent place. Hallelujah. There are some of us, you do not yet have the means to start gathering people and celebrating elaborate birthdays, elaborate occasions. No, be patient. God is bringing you there. Even for schools, as much as I would want you to educate your children at the highest level, you must be wise and keep them within your budget. Find the best school that your budget can afford. If your child is on scholarship, that is fine. Otherwise, find the budget, the school that your budget can afford. But by all means, Koinonia, please hear me. Great disaster is going to befall many. And there are many who will begin to tour the corridors of compromise because of this finance thing. I shall not want is not just a prophetic declaration. It is a declaration that comes with responsibilities. And the responsibility is learn all you can. Now that God has given you a good job, don't waste your salary that is coming. Learn all you can about investments. Are we together now? Meet intelligent people with integrity who know what they are saying. Not people playing games all around, the internet, deceiving and fooling people. Don't fall prey to some of these things. Seek counsel. There are 5 kinds of investments you must make in your life. Number 1 is your spiritual investment. Number 2, investment in your mind. Let me give you this and then we'll wrap up. 5 kinds of investment. Number 1, your spiritual investment. When I talk of investments, I'm not just talking of putting money. Your relationship with Jesus is a potent investment that has returns, even financial returns. Number 2, mental investments. What you store in your mind is there. You don't need to refrigerate it. You don't need to warm it. It is there and will always be ready to be delivered when needed. Number 3, invest in your health and your well-being. It's an investment. Invest in your health and your well-being. It's often said that people deteriorate their health to make money, then they use the money they have made to now maintain their health that is now deteriorated. Don't be like that. Invest in your health and your wellness. Number 4, invest